All right, folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop. We do this every Thursday. It's the Legendary Connection. On the phone tonight from the East Coast, my boy, the homie from straight out of MTV Raps, Dr. Dre. What's up with you?
Yeah, that's right. I'm waiting for you to say Jersey.
See, no, motherfucker. They didn't catch me this time.
Newcastle, Raspberry.
Nah. I put a blanket on it. That way I can't fuck it up. Hey, what's up with you, Doc? How you feeling today?
That. I feel great, man. This has been what we call crazy week on steroids.
Wow, why is that?
It's got to be a crazy week on steroids.
Yeah, it is, first, man. Go ahead.
Let's do a recap because you had an incredible weekend with your walk for prostate cancer. How did that go?
Man, I was really proud of that event, dude. All the local dignitaries showed up. I had one of my senator buddies showed up. State assemblymen, people, my couple of my city councilmen from Compton, everybody from Carson was there. It was well attended. My boys from the Corvette of Choice Club came out. They won best attendance overall for the car club.
It's Corvette like the car.
Corvette, yeah, it's Corvette Club, Corvette of Choice.
Okay.
Me and the president, we go back to junior high school, man. So I happened to catch him, and we coming deep. So we had a great walk. Look like we was mobbing on some shit, man. It was we mobbed up for prostate cancer, and we do a contest for the youngest walker and the oldest walker. The youngest walker was 3 years old. The oldest walker was 82. And man, dude, she was humping. She wasn't bullshitting, okay? She damn near broke out into a sprint because she passed me up. I was strolling, but she passed me up. So yeah, it was a great event, man. We raised some money for prostate cancer. Prostate cancer awareness channel 11. Marla Tellez, man, she came out. I did an interview with her Friday. They played that, and then they came out. She came out Saturday morning. They brought the camera with them. And we did another interview, and we did a post interview after the show. They played that on Tuesday. So man, it was just a well received situation. I'm looking forward to next year, and it's all good, Doc. It's all good. Yep.
I just want to let people know how important that was for people to participate in that walk. I tried to participate from here in New York, but I just got my new leg because I'm an amputee. So I just got my new leg, which is lighter, brighter, quicker, slicker.
He's bionic now, shit.
I know. The next one is bionic. And this full thing went crazy on me.
Wait. How your leg go crazy on you?
So what happened is that I got it on Friday because I told you I was going to call you.
Okay.
And I was going to try to walk with you.
Okay.
So I got it, and the prosthetic doctor said, let me just check the serial number. So he took it off, came back, and gave it back to me. So Friday I came home that night, and I said, okay, I'm going to get some rest. I'm going to be ready for this, and I'm going to do it. And when I woke up and I put the new leg on, and I said, yeah, this is it. The foot crept to the left. So it's on my right leg, and my normal foot will go north and south. After I put it on, and I went to the bathroom, I'm like, something's not right. I felt a bit pigeon-toed. And pigeon-toed is when your 2 feet
walking inwards.
Walk inward. And I said, how am I going to be pigeon-toed? This is a prosthetic leg. This doesn't make any sense. Man, let me tell you something. But before I went to call you, that thing looked like an L. And I was like, yo, what's going on?
Was you walking in circles or what?
No, I couldn't even walk. Dude, I was standing up trying to figure out how to keep my balance. And I'm like, I ain't calling nobody. But I did do about 575 steps with an L. So I owe you a few steps.
Look here. I don't mean to laugh at you. That's a fucked up.
It is funny.
That's a fucked up joke for a blind man, man. This nigga foot is at an L.
So I went to the prostate doctor today, and he said, whoa, what did you do, fall? I said, no, this is what happened. And he said, wait a minute. And he runs to the back and he grabs a key. And he goes, oh, there you go. You didn't lock it. I said, lock it. I didn't know nothing about no key. Because the new prosthetic I have has an ankle. So it bends like a regular foot. I was like, oh. And he said, and I told him the story, he said, yeah, he probably forgot to lock it. So you didn't do anything wrong.
He just forgot to put a lock on your ankle.
Story.
That's crazy,
It's a
Doc.
it's a process.
So Dr. Dre walking around in a
Sure.
circle trying to figure out why he can't go nowhere. His one foot going north and south, and the other one going east and west. That's some fucked up shit.
No, I was LL Cool Dre.
Come on.
He's walking well.
All right.
That's what messed up. He don't know who to tell.
What's up, Miss B? How you doing, baby?
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're doing good. We got Dre got the fucked up foot going to the east. His foot is going to the east, and his leg is going to the north. So he don't know whether he's going to Mississippi or goddamn New York.
Yeah, you see, I heard. Y'all watch what you say about pigeon-toed people.
Because you pigeon-toed, right?
In a nice skirt, you won't. In high heels, you won't complain.
Now you know what they say about pigeon-toed women, right?
No, I don't.
Hey, I can't tell you online. They cancel my ass, okay?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
They got a thing about
your therapy. So
they got something for them pigeon-toed women. They say. I heard. I don't really know. I heard some stuff about pigeon-toed women. I don't know. So be careful because you might get some extra attention. Oh, she pigeon-toed, nigga. Look.
My experience teaches me pigeon-toed people know how to twerk better than regular people.
They got that base. They got that toe base thing.
That part. I'm sorry.
Their balance is right in the middle, so they don't have a problem.
Only thing worse than pigeon-toed probably is knock knee, and like your knees just locked together. I had a friend of mine. She was knock knee, boy. She could run her ass off. Only thing was moving was her goddamn ankles and her feet, but the rest of that shit was locked in. That's some crazy shit.
I'm logging off.
How many kids does she have now?
I don't know. They couldn't catch it. You couldn't catch it. Couldn't catch it. Hey man, we had I was hearing a lot of stuff on the internet, man. I heard something today that really kind of pissed me off, and I'm like, dude,
tell us.
DJ Academics, a successful young DJ, and I heard him do a little rant about he can't respect old school because they dusty. They ain't got the paper he got and the paper we got. These young guys got, and LL checked his ass very well. LL put it on his heart. Dude, and this is the problem with some of these young, when it comes to a lot of youngsters, they don't appreciate the shit that I went through, that LL went through. Because when we started doing this shit, nobody was even thinking hip hop was gonna last past 6 months. I always. Excuse me. I went through it too. Okay.
But you tell your story with it.
I always equated hip hop to a premature baby that nobody thought would live. Okay. And they didn't pay it no attention. They left it in the incubator. And one day that kid looked up and they forgot it was an incubator. One day that kid was big and strong and running shit. And nobody understood why this kid even lived. And now they want to be this kid's friend. When you abandoned it when it was first born, you abandoned it. But now that it's big and strong and making money and worldwide, everybody wants to be a friend to it. And nobody wants to pay attention to the nurses and the doctors that never abandoned it. When this shit first jumped off, nobody cared about it. Oh, because see, understand this. Hip hop is, I guess, was the stepchild of disco, and disco it just stomped disco out. Disco was hot as fish grease in the 70s, and because my theory is a lot of white men can't dance. They didn't like the fact that brothers was doing their thing. You got white girls flipping around and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden the term came out, disco sucks. And disco started dying a slow death. The Bee Gees and all them folks that made all that beautiful music that I still play to this day. I love some disco shit. Not all of it ain't all my taste, but a lot of that shit is funky as fuck. And they said hip hop was going to die the same slow or same death that hip hop was going to die the same death as disco. And some people kept it on life support, like me, Dre, LL, whoever, Back East, Kool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, everybody. We kept it on life support, and they wasn't passing out big checks for that shit back then. They wasn't passing out big checks.
They wasn't passing out no checks.
They wasn't passing out no checks.
If they can get you for free, you would be down with weed. That's what happened.
Right. So
people who did make money.
And they didn't want it on television. They didn't want it nowhere. And all of a sudden, that shit started doing some real numbers, and they're like, well, shit, we gotta go fuck with it because the streets is fucking with it. And all of a sudden, they found a way to embrace it. Then they found a way to control it, and they found a way to make it weaponize it now. And because these folks are getting money now, they think that the folks who wasn't able to transition into it full time and make money. Even me, I was not a full-time hip hopper. I was full-time entertainment. I was a full-time supporter, but I couldn't bank on my record sales and gigs to pay my bills. That's why I always had a nightclub. That was my backup. And I did gigs from time to time. Very few people from the 80s have transitioned and still working today. Salt and Pepper, Salt and Pepper, and JJ Fad,
LL Cool J,
are some of the few people that made the transition. It's still hot to this day.
DJ Run from London.
Right. So now that and here's the difference with us. I think the difference with our generation and the current generation. Our generation, you had to physically get in your car, catch the bus, cab, walk to the record store, and make a choice between this and that. Either you like this particular artist, or you like this particular artist, and you only have so much money to deal with. Now they give you all the artists for little or nothing. You spend $15 for a subscription, and you can hear anybody, anytime, all you want. Okay, and now you're getting people are so anxious. You're getting such. I'm gonna say they're gonna piss some people off, but fuck them. You're getting such a low quality of shit that the people that really take time to perfect their skills and hone their skills don't even bother making music no more, because the value has been devalued so much. And I think that's a big deal. I was talking to Mo D one day. He said the same thing. I said, man, I can't just do what these kids are doing. I got to go to the studio and spend some money to make this. And it's not, by the time I get to do what I'm doing, it's not really worth it. And
you were speaking of Mo D from the Treacherous 3.
Right.
Cool
and
Mo D
it's not really Cool Mo D from Treacherous 3. And he was saying,
say that because some people, you say Mo D, and
okay,
it's easy for you.
Right.
We educating as well as connecting.
Right.
So take a couple minutes, and I'm jumping in, man.
Okay, so nowadays with these phones, everything is given to you, and the artist makes a tenth of a penny per stream. So and then the production is basically on the laptop. In some cases, your mama's bathroom, or just if you go to the studio, there's not a whole lot of money being spent. More money being spent on features than there are in actual product. Nobody makes albums. I'm gonna say nobody. Not many albums are being made, and unless you are Beyonce or somebody major, you don't see a lot of albums. You see a lot of hot singles that may have a short lifespan or a short viral success. But for the most part, if you had to come up in the trenches like we did, we walked through quicksand to get here. Y'all was always on skates, okay? Y'all was on skates from day one. So as soon as the whole game changed, the digital game changed, it put everything on hyper skates. I was with a buddy of mine last night. I'm gonna let you have it up to this, Dre. I was with a buddy of mine last night. Cletus Anderson. If you're from Los Angeles or anywhere in the area, Cletus Anderson was the brother that owned VIP on the VIP record chain. VIP Records was a major distributor here in Los Angeles. This dude had a major impact. Okay, his brother is Kelvin Anderson. He owned VIP Long Beach, and that's the same building that Snoop stood on. He did all the demos, whatever, his first few videos. Kelvin Anderson is the Lonzo of Long Beach. He put Snoop, Warren G, Nate Dogg, he put them all on the map. They work in the studio, blah, blah, blah. Okay. He shopped his demo. So his brother Cletus is like 81 years old. He came to town I was with him last night, hanging out with him, and it was just amazing, man. We were talking about the back in the day when there was physical product and people had to make a choice. And even as a record company, I just loved the process of making music back then. Not just the recording part, but the designing the jackets, we had to do all our own shit. We had to do all our own shit. We had to take our own pictures, design our own jackets, do the label copy, do the jacket copy, take the tapes to get them mastered, take them and get them plated. I mean, every step of the way, especially here on the West Coast, we had to do everything. We learned the whole process, and that was part of my day. Was when I left the studio, go to the mastering house, get the shit mastered, go to the plating place. I mean, the printing place, get the labels made. And for somebody who never experienced none of that shit, you don't know nothing about most of these youngsters. They would never know about this because most of the pressing plants been closed down for years. And to be able to have a physical product in your hand and carry records on a dolly into record stores and walk out with a knot of money. And as a young record cat myself, I had a van. My van would be full, literally full. I can't carry any passengers full of records in the morning, and by the afternoon, my pockets would be full of money. I can't put a toothpick in my pocket, okay? So to understand that and been through that, for somebody to diss us and especially after we paved the way with the hatchets and the holes and burnt all the grass, and we the pioneers that came across here with the wagons and shit, man, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. You need to check this up on that one. Now, Dre, you can have it. I will shut the fuck up.
Are you ready? Okay. First of all, DJ Academics, no disrespect to you, titty sucker, but please don't disrespect those that you're standing on their shoulders. I don't even consider you a DJ because I don't consider you that kind of person that sits back and doesn't respect those that gave you the opportunity to even crack your lips apart and say that. Let's start with not calling hip hop. Let's call it what it was, rap music. Let's talk about great groups like the Sugar Hill Gang, like Grandmaster Flash, the Furious Five, like Woody Wood, like the King, Curtis Blow, like Run DMC, like Houdini, and I'm gonna go on for a minute. Give me a minute to roll through it. Like the LA Dream Team, like Ice-T, like, you know, I'm going on. Like Spoonie G, like the Treacherous Three, like Jimmy Spicer, like, I mean, the Fatback Band. You can't even spell rap music if you come out your face. Oh, you old school, you ain't got no money. Let me tell you something, titty sucker. There's a lot of you out there who think, because this is your time, the digital age, that what happened before didn't matter. Well, let me tell you why it mattered. Because before there was Yo MTV Raps, there was Video Music Box with Ralph McDaniels and Lionel Martin. Before there was that, there was Carlos De Jesus with New York Hot Tracks. Before there was that, there were local video channels in every area trying to play videos that we weren't making. Why? Because we couldn't afford it. Now, because you have a tool called a cell phone with a camera, and you record your movements with some music, you consider yourself superior? Well, let me tell you a little bit. Just because you think you got it all, you may run down and think you're going to bone your way to heaven. But we legends take our time and we bone them all. That's how it goes. We don't have to sit there and talk backward and down to those that gave us opportunity to give you a shot at what you do today. Because we were there when the digital era was born. We were there when the internet was born. We were there when the cell phone was like a music radio box with a cord attached to it. The only cell phones we knew was Batman from TV and Banachek. There was no cell phones for everybody to have and walk around. And the other thing that you do better than we do, you like to assassinate each other. You have violence in hip hop back then? Yes, we did. Self-destruction. You had it for self-destruction. We had MC Light, Salt and Pepper, Real Roxanne, Roxanne Shante, UTFO. We had quite a few folks. We had Boogie Productions, KRS-One, Miss Melody, Public Enemy. Yeah, we had all of that. But without that, you couldn't afford nothing. We even had the Beastie Boys before there was Eminem. We had Vanilla Ice. We had MC Hammer. We had N.W.A. We had Eazy-E. We had E40, Too Short. We had Big Daddy Kane, the late great Biz Markie, the Fat Boys. So don't tell me about, 80 stores, they all broke. Now, if our broke ass didn't take the crap that we took, your young ass wouldn't have the opportunities you deal with. Because we're the ones who fought and made sure there was a path for the future. That's what we look forward to. So we may have lost Tupac and Notorious B.I.G., but your monkey ass got through. And that's a sad case. Where's your hand out to lift people up? Because we have to go through the legends like Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Commodores, the Jackson 5, Gladys Knight and the Pips, the Supremes, Temptations. We have to go through those legendary people, plus so many more, the Barcades. I mean, I can go on and on and on. And not once do we put them down. And we have to fight our way to the top with people like Barry White, Isaac Hayes. I even had a one-on-one confrontation with the late, great Don Cornelius. And it was Isaac Hayes and Barry White that took my back. So before you walk around with your tight pocket, take your monkey ass to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles and get on the phone and let everybody know how you the one. Because I got more respect for Def Jam, Body and Soul, Tone Loc. See, I go west to east, and I can go to Outkast, Goody Mob, 2 Chainz, Killer Mike. Because at the end of the day, an MC Breed, and before there was Kanye West losing his effing mind, we had the 2 Live Crew and Uncle Luke. We had MC Shy D. But the one thing about us, with Teddy Riley and company, with Guy, Albie Shore, if none of this existed, your black ass would be in the street slinging new weed. But before there was new weed, there was Bob Marley with the regular weed. So get your facts straight. Just because you make money faster, because it's a digital era, the reason your music isn't held to high esteem the way our era is, because we worked for it.
And they ain't got the competition. They ain't got the competition we had back in the day. We was on the charts. The serious folks.
One thing, hold on. The one thing what Alonzo was saying, that because there's so much, there's a plethora of artists. Congratulations. Congratulations. Because I like Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Lizzo, and so many, all these artists. But when I get a backbiter like you, see, you're the guy that gets on the football team who ain't even a rookie. You're a shit talker. And when we get you into practice, we break you down and beat you up and send you home to mama. So I can talk shit about you, because if it wasn't for me, Dr. Dre, Ed Lover, Dad Fat Freddy, and T-Money, your monkey ass wouldn't be doing what you doing. Because we spread this shit around the globe with Yo MTV Raps. And if you don't like it, titty sucker, then get back on your knees and lick the balls, AKA Slick Rick. So don't tell me about who's fresh. All I know is Doug E. Fresh. Lottie Dottie, motherfucker.
All right,
Lottie-dottie.
there you go. All right, you heard it from two
Okay.
legends, two hip hop legends. Both of them had their own uninterrupted pieces to say about that bullshit. And I'm gonna give it to you a second, Bernadette. But you know what I see? Same thing happened with blues. Same thing happened with rock and roll. In some cases, it happened with R&B.
Same thing happened in jazz.
We
Same
in
thing happened in R&B.
we invented.
Same thing happens with
I was
everything.
talking. Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Let me
Excuse
back
me.
up.
Just talking. Excuse me. Raise your hand. When same thing
I'm gonna
happened.
let you get away with that.
Same thing happened with all those genres he just mentioned. We created them and gave them the fuck away because we didn't respect them after a while. You know, we really invented rock and fucking roll. And like LL
We
said
did.
today, to see a rock, to see a
rock and roll.
to see a black rock and roll band is, oh my God, there's a black rock and roll band. No, motherfucker, that was something that we did. Blues came out of the South. That shit was the shit. I still love the blues, but it's more appreciated in some states than by other people than us. Same thing with breakdancing. Right now, fucking breakdancing is damn near more popular in other communities than it is our own.
Right.
Other people have come and saw our shit and take it to another fucking level. It's like, God damn them
We're going
motherfuckers.
to the Olympics.
Okay.
We're going to the Olympics.
And I
And
hope,
the Indians.
I hope to see somebody with some melanin in their skin, hopefully from New York or something, just as a show. But but the other folks coming, other than black folks coming with this shit, oh my God, that shit coming. They coming with
Rerun Berry from What's Happening. Shabba-Doo from Breaking 1 and 2. Come on, man.
They coming with that.
Come on,
they coming with some shit that's so fucking. So they've been studying your ass for 50 fucking years, and while everybody else is out. Well, I don't say everybody. But some of y'all decided to take lean and start gangbanging. They perfected some shit that we invented, that was invented 50 years ago, and gonna give it back to you to such a high level you can't fuck with it. Okay.
That
part.
You can't fuck with it.
Don't let me break it down.
So
too many great creative.
I told you to raise your hand, goddamn it.
Look,
I tell you to raise your goddamn hand.
Let me say this last thing. Rock to the planet rock. Don't stop. Africa Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force. Fool. Get your facts correct. Get your facts correct.
All right, folks. That's the end of our tyrant, our old school legendary tyrant. Let's talk about some other stupid shit. Motherfuckers is goddamn frying chicken and goddamn NyQuil. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
What?
Motherfuckers is out here frying chicken in NyQuil. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Who the hell thought of some shit like that? That's a motherfucker smoking too much good shit.
Lonzo,
yes.
You got it wrong a little bit.
What?
They're not frying chicken. They're boiling the chicken in NyQuil.
Okay.
And then smell it, which is a dangerous thing to do.
Okay.
Because when you heat the properties of it up and you put in the chicken, you can kill yourself.
Okay. Chicken in a frying pan, boiling with NyQuil is a fucked up, stupid ass combination. And they got idiots out there doing that shit. And people have to make fucking PSAs. Please do not boil NyQuil with your chicken. Why is that please do not eat Tide detergent pods. Why do people? Why is this? Why are so many people in this generation testing their fucking intestines? They testing they see how close they can come to the line before they die. What is it? What is it? Are you that desperate to go viral? You want to you need a hug that bad? We ought to have a professional hugging team to go out to people's houses, give them some goddamn hugs, give them attention or something. What makes, as my daddy said one time, what possessed you to put some NyQuil on some motherfucking chicken? Okay.
And then boil it. And then sniff it. I'm like, what? Who thought of that? Who started and thought of that?
And see, NyQuil sleep is a weird sleep anyway. You know that sleep NyQuil gives you is not real sleep, but it feels really weird to get the NyQuil sleep.
It's a drug. It's a drug.
You're kind of fucking high.
Designed to knock your body out so you can heal. It opens your pores up and opens your chest so you can let the virus out of you.
We already had Cisco.
My father used to say, Lonzo,
What's that?
let me ask you this. My father used to say, you know what your problem is? Y'all don't have nothing to do. That's why I constantly keep giving you something to do.
Right. Okay. If you don't,
y'all have nothing to do.
And
so y'all make stuff up.
They make stuff.
It makes no sense.
And
James is right. James said Trump wanted people to drink Clorox. Remember that?
Yeah.
45. I don't say his name. 45 wanted people to drink Clorox.
Yeah. Motherfuckers was niggas was taking it to the head. They had the cleanest guts in the world, but they were damn near dying in the meantime. Guts is clean. Asshole on fire. Guts is clean. Asshole on fire. If somebody told you to drink some Clorox is going to help you to help you to get rid of COVID, you got to be an idiot. On the side of the bottle of COVID, Mallory, Derek.
No.
On Clorox, Clorox is a goddamn poison.
But they did it, didn't they? Didn't they do it? Didn't some idiots?
Derek Mallory got it. He said it best. It's a fucking poison. You will die. You will not make it. You will not pass go. Not see your next fucking birthday unless it's already happened. Okay. But somebody told you to do this shit. This house. I'm starting to think that somebody on the internet is testing the stupidity of people on the internet.
You go.
And they testing the stupidity. Let's see what we can get them to do now. Well, first we
lick the toilet seat challenge.
First we're gonna have them lick toilet seats. Then we're gonna have them put water on their head. We're gonna do a water challenge. Well, shit, that's too easy. You can't die from that shit. Let's get them to shit. Let's have them see if they eat Tide detergent pods. Let's see how that work out.
Yeah,
a challenge.
Yeah, a challenge. Okay.
When you look at the things, it says on that warning, do not eat or ingest.
But it's a challenge.
And people go, really?
Look, I've been challenged to a lot of shit in my life. I got enough sense to realize what's stupid and what's not. See,
so that's worse than the double dare.
Thank you. That's like a double dare. This is what we're dealing with, okay? I was telling somebody my daughter this morning, the beauty of being a little bit older is we had a group of people called adults that we had to listen to, because if we didn't listen to them, they would whoop our ass. An adult's job is to help you get through your stupid stage.
Oh, don't start that again.
An adult's job is to help you get through your stupid stage. Some people
are whooping ass.
Some people, hey, I'm working on them Target draws. I'm working on them draws with Target on it, and you got a file line. I got it in my head, man. I got it in my head. But there is there was a group of people called adults, and they helped guide you through your stupid stage. When you thought you could fly by putting on a goddamn sheet around your neck. Okay, when I thought I knew karate because I watched a karate movie, I'm in the garage trying to break boards with my hand, fucked up my hand. I'm trying to break boards with my head, fucked up my head. So, but I had a mama and a daddy that had enough sense to realize, you look stupid, right? Okay, get your dumb ass.
And they remove the boards from the garage.
And my daddy told me why. He told me why I could not break that board with my hand. He said, first of all, the board is too short. The shorter the board, the more hard it is for you to break. And said, and you damn sure can't break plywood. That's why they call it plywood. It's multiple. You can't break plywood with your hand. The boards you see them breaking, the boards you see them breaking on them karate movies, they're all pine boards, pine, and they're wide, and they have a the middle of them is a lot more flexible, and usually the impact from the first two boards will help you to the second board. So now, that being said, because I don't know what it is, or a lot of people, I know it's not everybody. No, I can't say everybody, but so many people get locked up in their rooms with their phones and don't have any interaction with anybody of any adult status. They try shit and do shit because other people seem to be doing and having fun with it. Now, you don't know whether these people are actors. You don't know whether these people are just somebody to put up to do this shit, or somebody waiting to pump their stomach. I remember who was that? It was I was watching a TV show one time, and they was the guy was trying to see this water was great water. He downed the water, and as soon as he got through, he knew he had like five or 6 minutes to get to the backstage so he could pump his stomach for that shit killed him. But he had to do that just to prove a point. I'm saying this the same thing. You don't know what people are doing to get your ass to do dumb shit. You drink the wrong shit, your brain cells will be null and void. I was talking to my buddy today earlier. He was a former Sherm dealer. We were talking about different drugs. And of all the drugs that came through our community over the years, I think the worst one was Sherm. Because Sherm didn't kill you. I never heard anybody die from an overdose or dying from Sherm, but your brain cells would be fried permanently. You would get butt naked in the middle of the street. I had a cousin smoke some Sherm one time. He spent the rest of his life. This happened in the 70s. He spent the rest of his life in a mental institution because he didn't know who the fuck he was behind one Sherm stick.
I grew up with a gentleman who lived across the street from me. His name was Jimmy. And Jimmy smoked some Sherm. And from then on, to the day Jimmy died, he would just walk in the middle of the street and talk to himself and answer himself. Not like, oh, I'm talking. No, it's like he would have a conversation with himself. The only thing he would ask you for is, hey, man, you got a cigarette? Hey, man, you got a cigarette? Can I get a cigarette? Can I get a cigarette? And he was like, oh, dude, what is it? But his brother says somebody gave him, and the thing is, he didn't mean to smoke it. Somebody gave him a cigarette laced with it, and he didn't know. And when he took it, he was gone.
That's just like that's like what happened to Chris Rock, Chris Tucker in Friday. People thought that shit would be funny. People would give you some Sherm stick in a joint. Or understand this, Sherm is called phencyclidine. It's a formaldehyde. It's a real powerful ass drug, and it can be taken in different forms. One, it can be in a powder form. It looks like cocaine. I forgot what it's called. I had it in my tip of my tongue, but in a cigarette, if you put it in a joint, it was called Lovely. If you dipped it, if it was liquid form and dipped it onto a stick or a cigarette, them long Sherm sticks, that's where it comes from. The cigarette was called Sherm. You would dip it on that because that cigarette had a real natural tobacco, and it just lets you ingest the drug that much better. Yeah. And but a lot of people like having the combination of Sherm and weed, and they would put it in a joint that was called Lovely. Okay, and when they did that shit, that was probably the brain cell killer of most people because they thought they were hitting regular weed and they would hit it hard. If you knew you were smoking Sherm, and you would not hit it as hard as you would a regular joint because you knew you was gonna be high for at least 4 or 5 days.
Because when this dude took it, I remember Jimmy was one of the smartest guys around, and he was always Mr. Helpful, always that guy. And it was that story is he got a hold of a Sherm stick, and it wasn't like he knew it. They're like, oh yeah, man, it's a cigarette, and they were laughing about it. And that was one of the reasons I never smoked cigarettes, or I never took a cigarette from somebody because I knew that story. And I was like, yo, he could have been anything. He could have been the president of the United States. And he's that bright, that smart.
I never understood whether taking Sherm made your body hot, because most of the time when people smoke Sherm, they would get butt ass naked. Men, didn't give a damn.
Outside, he would have no shirt. It would be 10. No, I gotta take it from outside. Over here, because we got snow, it would be 10 degrees snowing, and he'd be outside with no shoes on, pants, and no shirt.
Okay.
And you have to grab him, like, yo, what are you doing? And bring him back into the house, and they have to, keep him tight. But when you go to sleep, he'll get up and just walk outside.
Hey.
Like it's no problem.
Hey.
And it's freezing cold outside.
That shit right there was crack cocaine was fucked up. I don't know about New York, but I know in LA, heroin never was big in LA. If it was, it wasn't in my neighborhood.
Heroin was big when you watch American Gangster.
Right.
Heroin was big out here, but that was like in the early to mid 70s.
Late 60s, early 70s. Yeah.
Right, but most people out, because I live in the suburbs, so I live on Long Island, but in Harlem and Brooklyn and Queens and in the Bronx, it was very heavy in there because people who did heroin usually went to jazz clubs, nightclubs, and that was the thing that everybody was cool with. Not everybody, but a lot of people. So if you couldn't afford alcohol, you can get that heroin, and that'll get you going. And it was all types.
I ain't sticking shit in my arm.
So for us, the average person doesn't like needles. And when I used to see those pictures, people's needles in their arms and people shooting between their toes.
I ain't sticking shit in my arm.
I am not, no reason to get that high, ever.
Nope.
In life.
Nope.
That's too much for me.
Nope. I'm not getting it. If I can't smoke it, I ain't fucking with it. I don't like taking pills, man. Pills always, because that's immediately in your body and it got to go through your system. That's to wear itself out, and that's something I've always been very leery of. I think one time I didn't eat and I had a cold. I took some contact cold tablets, and my heart got the pump, and I took my ass to the emergency room. Yeah, I can't do amphetamines. I don't do caffeine. I don't do none of that shit because I'm a naturally hyped up person. So if I don't drink coffee. If I drink coffee, you can't understand the word I'm saying. I already talk fast. You gotta talk fast now? Fuck that. I'm slow. I can only
drink the caffeinated coffee because caffeine is just too much on me. I can't handle the effects of caffeine. And if I get coffee with caffeine, I just put the cup down because I can taste it immediately.
Yeah. Now I can drink iced coffee in the morning if I don't have anything else to eat because iced coffee is kind of, but that's what I like. Iced coffee. Regular coffee, shit. I know it sounds crazy, but regular coffee, I'm no.
So on the walks, that's all you. When you get up early in the morning.
When I get up in the morning, I got a handful of vitamins I take every morning, different kind of supplements, and in the morning, that's all me. 10 minutes after I get out of the bed, how you see me right now, that's how the fuck I am all day.
Yeah, that's new.
How you see me right now? Huh?
Do we have anybody in the chat room?
Hell yeah.
We got plenty of people in the chat room.
Let's get to the chat room.
I was going to ask about the Gorilla Glue girl talking about stupidity, but we'll talk about that later.
What about her? What the fuck she do now?
You know the Gorilla Glue lady?
Yeah, what she do?
She did anything new. It was just, she got a handsome doctor that helped her get that stuff off. But
yeah.
But she passed away. I don't know what she did.
No, she did not. For real?
No.
She passed away. The girl that had her hair, who hit the
Gorilla Glue. Bernadette, look that shit up. Okay. I ain't heard that one.
Brother, look, can we go to the chat room and give our people a chance to voice some of the stuff to talk about?
Bernadette, look that shit up. Look up Gorilla Girl, see if she passed away. I'm going to the chat room as we talking, and I'm posting stuff on the page. They can see it. All the good stuff I'm posting. So y'all, if you're in the chat room, if you are in the chat room, you want to get something posted, say something dope in the chat, I'm gonna put it up there. Okay, that's what we do.
Okay, can I hear what it is? Because unfortunately, I can't see.
That's right. God damn it, you can't see this shit, motherfucker.
See, that's why you don't need no damn coffee.
That's right. He can't see.
And you
this
know
shit.
what? No tea for you either. You could just no tea for you.
Oh my God.
Is he right?
Let's see. It says she died.
When?
Let me see. I don't know. It's from TikTok. I don't know. I got to dig deeper, but you should know better.
How the fuck you see TikTok?
They spread it.
How the fuck you see a TikTok?
Come on,
that's some bullshit.
You know I do my due diligence.
I think Dre be doing that Stevie Wonder shit. Okay, you know that. I think Dre.
Don't talk about my friend.
I think Dre be playing on us like that. He can see a little bit of something.
I think so too.
Okay, I think he got a little bit of that Stevie Wonder shit going on. Motherfucker got.
I learned from Ray Charles, and Stevie's my brother. So anyway,
he got
enough. Can we get to the chat room so I can hear what the people are saying, please?
My boy Rob Trimble says I gotta get a vitamin. I'm cutting my sugar. And that's hard, dude. He's cut out his sugar, dude. Man, I feel you, dude. I feel you. Getting rid of sugar is a son of a gun, man. I was looking at pictures of me Saturday from the prostate cancer walk, and I didn't know I was that goddamn fat. I thought I'd lost some weight. My shit is fucked up at around the middle, and I know what it is. It's the goddamn sweet teas and shit. I know what it is.
See, see, you sweet tea. I told you, do a flat tea, man. Just unsweeten the tea and you're good.
Man, I might as well drink piss.
No, you don't.
Oh God.
Give me a cup of piss. Give me a cup of piss.
Lonzo, let me tell you a story
Ice piss.
about sugar and cereal.
So what?
Let me tell you a story about sugar and cereal.
Sugar and what?
And cereal. Like, you know, like, what's your favorite breakfast cereal?
I like them cinnamon Cheerios with the almonds and shit.
Before the cinnamon Cheerios showed up, what was the one? Because Lonzo, you
I was a goddamn Captain Crunch Berry eating motherfucker.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, my mother, she used to buy those big boxes of cornflakes, and we get cornflakes. She get Raisin Bran, or you get honeycombs. We all hated honeycombs, but my mother loved it. So one day I'm in the grocery store, you know, I'm a little kid, 15 years old. I go, Mommy, I ate the Frosted Flakes. Like, what's the difference? Cornflakes, Frosted Flakes. Why you eat Frosted Flakes? Because they're great.
All right.
So she got it. And she got a box of Frosted Flakes. I'm going to make this quick. So I went home and I got not the cereal bowl that you put the cereal in. I got the step up bowl, the one just after the salad bowl.
Oh.
And I poured the box of Frosted Flakes in there. Then I went to the sugar bowl. You know where you keep all the sugar?
Yeah.
To filter the sugar bowl. And I took the scoop and I scooped it in there. And I scooped the sugar on top of the Frosted Flakes.
What the fuck you?
You
trying to get a sugar shot?
I get the milk out the refrigerator because I can't stand soggy cereal. I hate it with a passion.
Hey.
I took the milk out and started pouring it in the bowl. My father woke up and said, "Are you trying to put yourself in a diabetic coma? Are you crazy? You got Frosted Flakes and sugar." Man, that sugar high, it was nothing like it. And from then on, my mother refused to buy Frosted Flakes because they may have been great. But when my father saw me run around the house like a crazy man because of that sugar high, I was out of control. But you got to get sugar out your diet. You got to cut the sugar out, man. Sugar is the #1 killer of people because it's the corn syrup and the fructose that really is going to do it to you.
That's the shit.
And we're all sugar addicts. Everything has sugar in it.
Now you know what?
Salt.
You know what? I've gotten a lot better. I'm much more conscious of it, man. Because used to be a time I'd go to the store, grab me 2-pack of Ding Dong and an iced tea, and get in the car and go for a ride. Dude, that was my shit. Okay, and man, I blew up. I blew up huge, and it was mostly in my gut. And I saw a picture of me, and even the picture I just saw Saturday wasn't as bad as the one I saw a few years ago that made me go to a trainer. Cause dude, my shit was hanging over. Like, God damn, y'all didn't say nothing either. Y'all let a motherfucker just blow up, and my shit's all fucked up. I'm DJing. I got to look over my belly to see the goddamn slide fader and shit. This is fucked up. Okay.
So you wasn't doing tricks. You wasn't cutting for
accountability.
I couldn't even see the goddamn slide fader, man.
Oh man, damn, you ain't. I used to do that. I can cut your gut off for you in 3 weeks.
Oh, here we go.
3 weeks.
I want to trust a blind motherfucker to cut off my gut.
No, I can do damage control. Dre, pause it, Dre.
You lose your gut.
Pause it, Dre.
You lose your gut.
How, Dre?
And it's not that hard.
Don't talk to me.
I mean, it is hard, but it's hard psychologically, not if you do it. Salad.
Oh shit.
Salad.
Oh, you are
Greens, beans, mushrooms, onions, berries, and seeds. Cut out everything else, and your belly will whoosh, disappear.
I started doing that Monday, man. I started no bullshit.
Really,
I started doing
and
that
the thing
Monday.
is, and then here's the hard part. If you're a sandwich eater or a bread eater, just cut it in half, and your belly will disappear. It will disappear. But next week, I promise you, I'm going to talk about the late great Dick Gregory. There's a book that he has, and he wrote this book in the mid '60s, early '70s about fasting and changing what you eat and not realizing that it was our parents who made us food addicts because they didn't know no better. They didn't know.
You know what?
It started way back in slavery time.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you feel you need to eat soul food, then you might as well go right over there to the funeral parlor and say, I love them ribs. Don't trim the fat. I can't live without that ham. Go right over to the funeral parlor. I can't live without a burger, and I can't live without chicken. Chicken. It's not that the meat itself is bad, because we're not meat eaters. We're not carnivores. We're herbivores. Our teeth are made to munch and crunch vegetables and leaves and fruits. That's what our body is designed for. But what happens is that when you eat meat, any meat, you're also eating the poisons that have been intoxicated in that when they slaughter those animals. It just is. I don't care how much you clean it, cook it, fry it, dye it, boil it, no matter what you do, you're eating another animal. And our bodies are not designed to eat another animal. Lions, tigers, bears, look at their teeth. They have meat eater teeth. We have teeth. If you just eat salads and vegetables, not cooked vegetables, uncooked, raw vegetables, your belly will disappear. Because your body will start healing itself. Everything about your body will just heal itself. Because I was just telling a friend of mine, he's 67. He says, Dre, how do you get up and you never have pain? I never see you complain about this or that. I said, because I don't eat half that shit you eat. And I take my juniper berries. I take my sea moss. I take just certain what you call them, Alonzo? Certain things that you can add.
Additives?
That will heal your body, yeah. Because the medication that they give you from a doctor, he might as well be a crack dealer. Because that medicine we shouldn't be taking. Our bodies aren't designed. Soursop. That's what I was looking to say. Soursop. There's so much stuff out there, especially people who smoke weed because it's from the ground. The weed people smoke today is not weed.
Man.
That's not weed. That's chemicals.
Man.
That's some chemical shit.
Don't get me started on weed. It really is. I was telling my partner this other day, we were talking about weed, and it's a true story. My brother was not the most neatest person in the world. Okay. When I moved out of my dad's house, my brother moved into my room. And my brother, like I said, he was not a very neat person, didn't believe in cleaning, mopping, vacuuming, none of that shit. One day I came to my dad's house, and my 3 little nieces and nephew, they're all grown now. Uncle Lonzo, come look at this. I walk in my brother's room, and my brother had been rolling weed evidently in his room, and a couple of seeds fell on the ground, and them fucking seeds took root in his carpet. I said that's no bullshit. This big. It's growing out the motherfucking shag carpet. I'm not bullshitting, okay? I had to call my nephew to verify this story because people said you're lying. No, I'm not lying. But because back then, weed was very natural, okay? It was natural. And growing up in the 70s and smoking weed back then, our weed, you had to process it first. You just couldn't smoke it out the bag. You had to put the whole bag of weed in a shoebox, okay, and tilt it sideways and get all the Sims and all the Sims and seeds out of it before you can smoke it. Okay.
But that's why you had the "That's the Way of the World" album cover with Earth, Wind, and Fire, because you put the weed in there and opened up the album cover and shifted it around.
Right.
I know. Okay. I had an older brother. That's what they used to do.
You had to process that shit before you could smoke it. And we got more up. This was a 4-finger dime, 2-finger nickel. And you measured the width of it with you take your friend with the fattest fingers to the weed man house, okay? And you put you get a regular lunch baggie. I'm not bullshitting. You get a regular lunch baggie. You get a regular lunch baggie, and you press it down, okay, with your hands. If you can cover it up with 4 fingers, that was a dime, okay? If it was a finger thick, okay, a finger thick, that was how you determined the thickness of the bag. And that's how we bought our weed. And I was so shocked because I stopped smoking weed years ago. I stopped smoking weed after I couldn't find no more Thai stick or Thai stick. Remember that now, Thai stick, not Sherm stick. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't find no more Thai stick or Columbia Gold because that shit disappeared. It just disappeared one. I wasn't.
Chocolate Thai stick.
I didn't
remember chocolate Thai stick.
All that shit. Okay, but the best thing you can find back then was Colombian Gold was the best. Okay, that shit didn't have to be processed. Okay, but the ultimate of back in the day was what they call Thai stick. You gotta ask your granddaddy about Thai stick. Thai stick was on a stick about this long.
Jamaican.
It was on the stick.
I am Jamaican, brother.
Okay, where the camera at? It was on a stick about this long. Okay, about 10 inches long, and it was the bud was tied to a stick, literally with a little red string. Okay, and you had to unravel that string, and the joint that you would roll would be so small, so narrow. Okay, you didn't roll a big fat ass blunt of this joint of this shit. Plus, back then, that shit was $20. Back then, in the early 70s, a Thai stick was $20. Okay, so now,
and you never 20 like you have a 20.
It took 4 or 5 cash to finance that motherfucker. Okay. You had to get that shit financed. Come on, man. Give me $2. Okay.
I got 5 on it.
Okay. Back then, again, all you needed was, like I said, but that one fucking that one thing would have a whole group of dudes feeling real good. I mean, one of the most mellow, kickback, whoo, shit, life is beautiful type highs you ever want to have. And I couldn't find it no more. So I stopped smoking shit for years. And I came back and I heard about when I got weed came to back into my circle again. It was a little bit small ass bag for $20. Y'all must be out your goddamn mind. I wouldn't smoke that shit for years. Oh hell no. I ain't messing with that shit. No. And then eventually, it became the norm. And then when they came out with because I remember when we smoked joints, y'all started smoking blunts. And I'm like, I'm not smoking all that goddamn shit. That shit's nasty. I mean, we can do all this shit right here.
That is so gross.
Nigga, I'm not smoking that shit. I don't know where your mouth been, okay? That's how they do it.
You gotta get it wet.
Lonzo.
Yes.
Lonzo, remember when you used to have to get the roach clip?
Yes, the clip.
It just gets so messed up. That's
the clip.
You can hold it.
The clip.
You get the clip.
Yes, the good old roach clip. It wasn't about the goddamn alligator clip, but shit, you put a feather on that motherfucker, sell it for $5, okay? That's what it was. So yeah, man. Me and Dre just talking about some old school shit, man.
Y'all doing how-to videos. Y'all gave how-tos on a lot of stuff. Nancy Reagan will be on y'all case because you're.
But you know what? I tell you what. Ain't nobody ever died from a weed overdose. Ain't nobody ever got killed behind. You might. No. I tell you a phrase you'll never hear. Mark my words. I'm gonna finish this joint and whoop your ass. You'll never hear that, motherfucker. Never hear that. You'll mark my words.
Real true.
You'll never hear that shit. Okay.
True weed heads.
No.
Sleep or eat.
True weed is probably the most. Real weed makes you very not passive. Just like, man, I ain't fucking with that shit. Okay. Make you want to go sit down and do something else. Folks, our time.
Okay.
Our time.
Wow.
Our time is
before
up.
we go, declare that she is not dead, Dre. Dr. Dre, out of all people, should not be saying somebody's dead on the internet.
Nigga,
Okay?
he got that's that Braille shit. He read that shit wrong. Anyway, man, let's get the fuck out of here.
No, that was reported. That again, look her
They
up.
be like, Dr. Dre.
And
You
you
said,
did.
yeah, we have to clear that up.
You did. I would not do that because I don't believe in saying stuff like that unless I know for a fact that has been confirmed by quite a few folks.
All right, folks.
She passed away.
Hey, Dre, we about here, folks. Just Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. We got Miss B in the house with her best video picture in a long time. Whatever you did today, stay right there. Don't change much. You're still a little choppy, but you got a good picture. You must have cleaned your glasses and your goddamn lens. Anyway, she got to go. We're still talking shit.
You must have gave us some tie stick.
Okay.
Give us some chocolate tie stick.
On the phone, folks, all the way from New York City, my man Dr. Dre from UNTV Raps. As you can see, we just two legends like kicking and talking shit from time to time. Please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to monetize this channel as well. Like this channel, like the videos, and follow us. We have we also upload this to my podcast on the N.W.A Story from Lonzo. You'll see Legendary Connects also, folks, on iTunes and all those other good channels. In the meantime, Dr. Dre, tell them bye.
Brother, I got to go. Dr. Dre, got to go. Later.
All right, folks, that's Dr. Dre. This is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. I got to go too, folks. It's about that time. I got some tacos waiting on me. Peace.